So it's a Grape Explorer talking about today. So as we're winding this year down, we wanted to at least highlight a lot of wines that we have shared with you, discoveries and wines that you might not have ever heard of, or wine regions that you might not have ever heard of. So, but we wanted to bring a wine to the table today that we thought was really cool. And I wanted to also say this gets my vote for wine packaging of the year. This wine was, as you can see, it's a wax sealed bottle and it's white wine, but it's a wine from Corsica. And a lot of people may not know Corsica. So we're going to explain a little bit about that on the map, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Corsica. So we've got our Appellation of France, and then we've got our island of Corsica right here. And we are going to discuss where this wine is from because it's from the eastern part right here. And it's from the Borges area right here on the coast. But what we want to talk about is the varietals, because when we talk about Corsica, again, a lot of people don't realize, and look, on the back of this bottle, they actually list the varietals, and we are going to talk about those varietals because this is really interesting. But this is from the Vigneron de Corsicans, based in Bordeaux on the east coast of Corsica, 20 kilometers south of Bastia. And the vineyards of Corsica have been part of the Corsican wine-growing landscape since 1975. And right here, Bastia, we can see right here. And this is where this winery is located. It's on the eastern side here. And but really, and you look at our Hugh Johnson map, he really identifies this. But what I really want to talk about is the grape varietals that is involved with this wine, because we have one grape varietal which is called Biancu Gentile. We have another grape varietal which is called Genovese, and then we have a final which is called Riminese. These are three grapes I know does not exist on the map of most people. It's not Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc, that's for sure. But these are the grapes that we call indigenous to Corsica, and this is actually a blend, this wine right here, and it's a Reserva. So they age this wine in amphora, for a short while. But what they're trying to do is these are grapes that almost were lost. And when I say that, a lot of these grapes were planted centuries ago, but a lot of the producers in Corsica just let the vines go. They really didn't care about the historical perspectives. Now we're starting to see that come to fruition. And again, now this is the Vigneron de Corsica. These people are serious about the historical perspective of this beautiful island. And a lot of people really don't know Corsica. That's why I wanted to spend the time, because again, I think that this is a really fascinating wine, because if you blend in those three grapes that are indigenous to Corsica, especially historical perspectives now, you get really interesting flavors that you will never taste on this planet. I guarantee if you taste this wine or you taste this producer, you're never going to taste, you're going to say, wow, that is a wine I've never had. I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know exactly where this is from. I mean, if you took one of the greatest experts of all time and you just planted that in front of me and say, identify the grape and identify the wine, I guarantee, I'll make $1 million bet that they're never going to identify, first of all three grapes, and they might not even identify that it's a wine from Corsica. That's the fun thing about this business, is that we're all learning, and especially from this producer here, which is trying to bring alive the historical perspectives of Corsica. So I was blown away, but let's smell this wine. So, I get a lot of interesting flavors like anisette. I know that's interesting because I usually don't identify anise on top of a white wine, but it's very Mediterranean. So, historical perspectives would tell me that, when you smell and taste grapes like this, you're going to taste more Mediterranean flavors, more like Greek wines, or, that's actually who planted a lot of these vines in Corsica, especially with the Greeks and the Phoenicians. So that just fascinates me. I hope if you love history like I love history, you'll really, you'll take to Corsica and taste some of these wines for yourself and come up with your own perspective and everything like that. But just beautiful. You get like a lemon peel, You get a lot of that citrus tone, you know, I would say Mediterranean citrus, which is what, lemons and limes, you know, just, you know, you're not going to get apple flavors out of Corsica. I guarantee that. So you're going to get more citrus tones that'll just leap from the glass. Lemon, lime, boy, I can just imagine a piece of fish with this. This would be just incredible, especially this neck of the woods where the fish is probably just incredible to have. And especially, you know, at a fine dining establishment in Corsica. Let's taste this wine. Wow. What an experience. When you taste this wine, you get like crushed herbs. You get almost that sea spray, that salinity. You know, remember now, we talk about salinity. So you get all that ocean breezes are coming here. And you get it into the grapes, and you can actually taste all that saline. And this would be perfect with salty foods. You know, when you're tasting any kind of cheese that's got a little salt to it, or any type of fish that would have that salt to it. Now I can see why these wines are so great with food. I would not say this is a wine that you're going to go on the back porch and just sip and just drink. You've got to pair this with really, really great food. But wow, what an experience. Again, this gets my top pick of beautiful packaging. Cork, look at that. It's wax sealed, which means that you can put this wine away in the cellar. It'll probably get better and better as it ages. And wow, what an experience to finish off the year. Again, this is Grape Explorer. We're always talking about great wines. And boy, we brought one to the table today, a Corsican white wine. Where are you going to get that? Cheers.